You're listening to WICR, Iona College Radio.
Good morning. I'm Matt Ricker. This is Maloney and Ricker. On air here. We're back after 2 weeks.
2-week hiatus. And, I am Bill Maloney. And, Matt, how are you feeling after 2 weeks of
no
radio? Feels bad, doesn't it?
I missed last week, but it was nice to honor the veterans and all that,
Nice to honor the people that
yes,
that make all things possible here in this country.
Mm-hmm. And I attended the Iona College Veterans Day ceremony held on Monday, and it was very nice. It gave tribute to all distinguished alumni that made sacrifices that we should never forget.
Yes, and one of the people that did die, that went to Iona College, his name is Joe Reverso. And I know Joe Reverso because Joe Reverso went to Stepinac High School. He was a member of my father's graduating class. And while I was a member of the Stepinac High School football team, every single game we would wear number 70 to remember the sacrifice he made for us. And actually, they had the Joe Reverso Memorial football game there. And this year, Stepinac, they came out with a new logo for the Joe Reverso Memorial game, where the S that they usually wear was now, rather than being blue, the S was now in red, white, and blue to go celebrate Joe Reverso. And actually, there is a big game, Stepinac versus Iona Prep, in the New York Catholic High School Football League Championship game this weekend, Saturday at 4:30 p.m. at one of our rivals' football stadium, Fordham University, at Jack Hoffey Field there. But
sounds like it'll be some game.
It will be, and Stepinac is number 2 in the state right now. They won 56-0 last week in the semifinal, and this is the only time that I will not be rooting for the Gales. I won't be rooting for Iona Prep. Go Crusaders. And rightfully so. But we got other news to get to, and we'll start off with immigration reform. Matt, any news?
Yeah, President Obama is expected to take executive action sometime this week on immigration reform. His plan could offer apparently legal documents to as many as 5 million immigrants in the country, illegally, nearly double the number who received protection from deportation under MSD legislation in 1986, according to the New York Times. In that law, it gave permanent resident green cards to 2.7 million immigrants. Obama's executive actions will not provide any formal lasting immigration status, much less a pathway to citizenship. But the ultimate goal is to have a swift impact on the daily lives of many immigrant families, removing fears that relatives could be separated from one another by deportations. And, I mean, in my opinion, I just don't think it's right that Obama will...
No, Matt, I think that this is just another example of Barack Obama going ahead and saying, I got a pen and I got a phone. You know what? I don't need the phone, so I won't contact Congress. I will just use my pen. I will just sign into executive action this immigration plan. And you know what? I think that what the House Republicans are saying and what John Boehner is saying, that they're going to fight Barry Obama tooth and nail, I think that's absolutely correct, that they should absolutely fight Obama tooth and nail. And, Matt, I mean, we don't have enough money to go provide education for our citizens. We don't have money to go help out our troops or veterans. We have no money, yet we're going to go help these people come into our country illegally. If we're going to go give people tickets for going through a traffic light, if we're going to go give people a ticket for, 5 extra minutes at on the street, why don't we punish these people that are stealing our citizenship? They're literally stealing citizenship, and we're rewarding them with things that even our citizens that pay taxes can't even get.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand, many immigrants that are coming are poor and, they need help. But, there's other ways to do that.
Matt, you can come here illegally. And it doesn't matter. The law's the law. And if you're going to go hurt a college student for smoking dope, which I'm against, but if you're going to go hold that college student accountable, then why don't you hold this illegal immigrant accountable too?
Yeah,
there's a double standard here, and apparently people don't have to obey the law.
I know. I don't support President Obama bypassing Congress by taking executive action. He should really be working with Congress, even though he has.
No, and I mean Barack Obama likes to pass things right through the night, just like Governor Cuomo did here in New York with the New York SAFE Act. And that's completely horrible. And I think that we saw with the election results this year that people are sick and tired of this executive action and the fun in a pen ideology that Barry Obama has.
And bypassing Congress. Also, I should mention, in some states...
They're also going to receive Social Security numbers, I see.
Yeah,
and they'll get driver's license and professional certificates.
Yeah, and Obama wants to take executive action because of the immigration overhaul passed by the Senate earlier this year was not passed in the House. House Republicans and Senate Republicans are threatening to block the funding for this plan December, and essentially it could lead to another government shutdown, as we saw last October.
Well, I mean, ultimately, the power is in the hands of the people. The power is going to be in the Senate and especially in the House. And as Representative Lamar Smith of Texas said, the executive order will be a violation of the president's oath of office and a blatant abuse of power. And I completely agree. And the House Republicans and the Senate Republicans, now that they have the majority, they're going to do what's right. They're going to go represent the people of the United States of America. And they're going to go stop the government pushing these things through the night. And I mean, for the most part, American citizens outside of New York, because New York is very, very, very liberal, but if you go to
Texas,
not Texas, not even there. If you just go to more moderate, more centrist places in the United States, where the balance between Republicans and Democrats is more even, they don't support giving amnesty to these illegal immigrants. These people are people, and politics is very personal. These people are people that they can't send their kids to schools. They can't put food on the table. They can't stay in their homes. They can't pay for their utility bills. But meanwhile, all the money that they're making, half of it goes to taxes, and then all of that's going over to these illegal immigrants who apparently they're getting all these nice things. They're getting clothes, they're getting free food, they're getting free housing, they're getting the education that these children can't receive, and that's completely wrong. Yeah. That's completely wrong, and it's a shame that we live in a country that has forgotten that it's representing its people. We live in a country that cares so much more about people, illegal immigrants, that they're willing to forsake its own people.
All right, and with that, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the New York governor's race.
Yes. Be back soon.